you know? But the coolest part was just that people would like to tell me that I look like someone famous, and usually it was Bob Dylan, you know? And that was cool. But the other day I was walking down the Mission, you know, and I saw some homies, and I was like, ignore the homies, ignore the homies. And they're like, hey, mister! Which I should have known it was a bad idea, but I decided to, well, what? And they're like, you look like that guy from that 70s show! I got excited, because I never heard this before. I was like, oh, you guys think I look like Hype? Like Hype, right? Hype? No, like Donna's dad! Fuck! This thing has to go. It has to go, and now I'm left with like this treasure troll action and this chia pet top going on. It's fucked up. But, you know, that fro was very symbolic, actually. Coming back around to these guys, everybody's been picking on him. I'm not gonna pick on you. I'm just gonna tell you, use me as your lesson of now what to become, okay? Because I've been a touring rock musician for the last 20 years. I'm 39, been doing this shit since I was 19. You guys got an early start, so you're not bitter yet, but don't worry, you will be. And, you know, it's like 20 years. You guys know what it's like. You're on the road, you decide to give up, lift up your life, uproot everything for at least a month or two out of the year, you know, and then you pack in the van with 3 or 4 other dudes, and it's really just, you're paying your dues, you know, and you're having adventures. Right? Well, actually, no, you're not. You're actually fucking, you're smelling other people's, like, feet and ass and BO and get into old married couple squabbles. This is what you have to look forward to. But you're already doing it. She's laughing. She's laughing. You guys already do this already. Well, you know, anyway, 20 years I've been doing this shit, and it makes me wonder, like, fuck. You know, I should have 2 VH1 Behind the Music specials going on me by now. You know, 20 fucking years. You know, like, but why not? One of those guys like, why not? Creed and fucking Smash Mouth have fucking VH1. What about me? You know? What about me? Right? Well, I'll tell you what about me, and maybe like these guys, maybe not, hopefully not, is I'm a really nice guy deep down inside, you know? I'm so nice, you know, that, well, what's the first thing you think of when you hear someone's touring rock musician? Aside from, like, failed musician, aside from that, what's the first thing you think? You think sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? And, like, copious amounts of it, right? And I got the drugs and rock and roll part down, but the sex, it just never seemed to work out for me for some reason. I don't know why. You know, I think it's because, like I said, I was too nice. You know, like, if I was in Caligula's Island when the orgy broke out, you know, I'd be the one guy not getting laid. You know, that's me. However, that's why when we were playing a gig in San Diego and afterwards, this girl comes up to me and she starts like hamming me up. She's like, hey, you know, you're a really great bassist. I'm the drummer. You know? I was like, I got this. I got this, I'm going for it. I'm gonna do it. You know? And she proceeded to get me drunk. She gave me ecstasy. It was awesome. You know? And right when we're about to hook up, you know, she tells me those words that I think every rock and roller, any man really, would love to hear. She's like, you're so huge. Because I'm nice, I was like, you don't have to say that, you know? I'm just happy to be here, you know? But internally, I was like, what the fuck does she know? She's a midget, right? She's a midget. Like, what? The biggest cock she's had has maybe been like a Mounds, like miniature Snickers bar or something. Maybe a Twix, maybe even a regular Snickers bar if she was lucky. Well, look, I gotta admit, I felt like Gulliver up in that shit, okay? You know, it was like Gulliver's Travels. I was like, yeah. But, you know, at the same time, it was kind of a backhanded compliment. Anyway, I know some of you guys might be offended by the fact that I just used the word midget instead of little person, the proper nomenclature. And that's okay. It's okay, but I gotta tell you, I think midget is more appropriate, you know, because it's fucking, listen to the word, it's like midget, it's fucking midget. It's like, it's got a ring, it's tough, it's like, midget, you know, whereas little person, I mean, come on, let's call a spade, right? It's like a pedophile's cover up for what he does. He's like, I don't fuck little kids, I fuck little people, right? Right? You go who's with me? Well, anyway, that's what I'm saying. Midget, it's better. And I'll tell you why I believe it's tough. I'll tell you why I believe it's tougher and better. Because the next day we had the day off, we're in San Diego, and you know, we're drinking beers on my buddy's porch. He lives right off the boardwalk. It's beautiful. And You know, I'm right there, and we're watching BattleBots, getting drunk to BattleBots. For those of you who don't know what BattleBots is, it's basically like the UFC championship for a couple of Roomba vacuum cleaners and saw blades. It's like 2 bots enter, 1 bot leaves. You know, and we're getting wasted. I'm yelling for this one bot. His name's Half Pint. I'm going, go Half Pint! Go Half Pint! I'm getting wasted when in walks this midget through the front gate. He's like super buff and yoked out. He looks like a Vin Diesel bobblehead come to life, right? You know? And he comes and he's like, hey, you! And I was like, oh, shit, he thinks I'm calling him Half Pint. I gotta correct the situation. So I go up to him and I was like, look, I'm really sorry, dude. I wasn't calling you Half Pint. He's like, no! My friend told me about you, that you hooked up with last night. And he grabbed my arm, and he had superhuman strength. And I freaked out. I was like, oh, fuck. If he gets hold of my other arm, it's fucking over. So I start panicking, I start punching him in his giant ass midget head. And I start punching him, and then instead of helping me and breaking things up, my buddies jump in there, they're doing this instead. When animals attack, and like taking bets and shit. And then pretty soon the crowd's building up here, and I'm freaking out. And I'm freaking the fuck out, so I just kick him in the balls, he falls over, and then I pick him up and I throw him up over the fence and into the boardwalk. And everybody's like, boo! And I'm like, what? He started it! He started it, like, boo! And he's like, I didn't start nothing. My friend said you might want more eggs for the road. I was just nuts, and I was just like, well, look, the moral of the story is never fight a midget, because win or lose, you always lose. You always lose. Look, I gotta tell you, I'm 39, I mentioned I'm 39, I'm getting old. I'm getting old, I can see the end in sight. Like I'm starting to get a little bit clearer picture. And the reason why I know this is because I'm getting signs, you know? I'm getting all these signs that I'm getting older. You know, for example, for no good reason in the middle of the night, when I have to go pee, I just start sitting down. You know? Fuck it, I was like, fuck it, you know, she's not gonna get mad at me. And one time, I almost fell in the toilet and I finally understood what she was talking about. I was like, oh. But at the same time, I was like, that shit's hilarious. You know, like girls falling in the toilet. Anyway, the other sign that I got that I'm getting older is that I start getting gray hairs, you know, like in my pubes, you know. Except whereas people like to get like that cool white stripe of distinction somewhere on their head, you know. I have one just going straight down the middle, like a racing stripe toward my cock. You know, and it sucks because I feel like Pepe Le Pew every time I'm having sex with my girlfriend. It's the worst, you know. I'm sorry you guys can't know that now. But anyway, you know, the other sign that I'm getting older is just that it seems like with every passing year, my balls, you know, get grayer and grayer, and they hang lower and lower, such that me and my girlfriend, like, we play this really twisted game of tetherball with my nuts, especially now in the summer. And so, you know, we're going for like Napoleon Dynamite at the end of the movie when he's with his girlfriend. She's just like, and I don't know why she's doing it because I'm asleep, but she likes to do this shit to my nuts all the time. It's fucked up. But you know what? I'm 39 years old. I'm getting control of my life. I'm thinking about what I'm putting in my body. Because right now you're young, right? You guys just eat whatever. Cheeseburgers, hot dogs, fucking aliens, whatever. You can just stuff down your face, right? And it doesn't affect you. But I finally started thinking about, well, how the hell am I getting affected by stuff? And one of my favorite things to eat was stuff with raspberries in it. Like raspberry tea, raspberry gum. And it always says all natural flavors, but never any raspberries. So I was like, what the hell is it? You know? What is this? All natural flavors. And I did some research, and I find out that it's castoreum. Anybody know what castoreum is? It's beaver anal juice. Alright? This is what they put in drinks. And guess what else I found out through my research is that they also use beaver anal juice for like perfumes. You know, like Chanel. Not just the cheap shit that you buy at Walmart, but some really fucking good perfumes. And what I found out further is that they've been doing this since the pre-colonial days, so this isn't like a marvel of modern science. They're actually putting, they discovered it way back when these fur trappers would probably hang out with their buddies. You know, they have a pile of dead beavers, and one guy thought, hey, you know what, it would be funny if one of my buddies sleeping, I take some little beaver implants, and then he wakes up, and he's like, hey, why are you spraying me? Yeah, that actually smells kind of nice. And then they're like, well, if it smells nice, what? Hey, it tastes good, put that shit in my teeth, you know? And, you know, it's made me think that since then I'm just gonna give up on raspberry flavored stuff because I don't want to give a beaver a rim job by transitive property. You know? It's just one of those things, right? Anyway, Me and my girlfriend, we had a baby a year ago, and we celebrated her first birthday. Yeah. And, well, it was more like she had it, and I just said, I won't come, don't worry. But you know, like it's been crazy. It's been tearing me up inside my mind all the time.